Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine, and I thought I would come on today and do my little art page for Make Art with Martha is the challenge. I think Martha Makes Art is the channel name. I will leave it all linked in the description box. I'm very late to the party. I think Martha might even have pulled May's prompt. So yes, the last prompt that I haven't done is butterfly, and I've just grabbed a few things out of my very extensive craft stash, and I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I have had a little play already, but I don't like what I've done. So I die cut this butterfly and stamped it using Hazel Eaton's second release with Julie Hickey. And yes, I've got, just to show you that things don't last forever, I've had these for donkey's years and they don't work anymore. I wanted to get the iridescent one on and it just didn't work. You can see there's a gloss. The pearl diamond has worked a little bit. And then I thought, well, I wanted the iridescence, so I used some of this Lavinia Moon dust and sprinkled it on the damp butterfly. And yes, I don't like it, so yeah, I don't like it. So these will be being disposed of safely. Well, I might keep this one for a bit, but this one definitely doesn't work anymore. Definitely doesn't. So oh dearie me, excuse me. I have got some inks to hand and bits and pieces, and we're going to start off by working on our background. So I found this in my stash. It just happens to be about 6 inches square, and it's got some greens on it already with oxides and what have you. So I thought I would have another little play. Let me just get this bit of scraggy tissue out. So I've got some inks to hand. I have got old paper, peeled paint, mowed lawn, rustic wilderness, and a bit of scattered straw because this looks a bit yellowy in here. So, and I've also got this Distress Oxide spray in Shabby Shutters. So I'm going to give that a shake. I think Shabby Shutters might be quite a pale colour. You do have to shake these till you hear the ball going. And I'm just going to have a little spritz. So I thought I'd use some things that I don't use very often. So I've got some of these sprays and I hardly use them. So I'm going to just go, boop. There we go. Shall I spray with water as well? Let's have a bit of water. And I'm going to just tilt a bit to let that run. I will imagine that this cardstock is 300 GSM super smooth. Now, the things that you should do with oxide is let them dry naturally, because you will get a better effect. But I'm impatient, so I'm going to dry with my heat tool. Excuse the noise. And you can see how that has really oxidised nicely. I'm just going to dab the excess like so. And then, because we're going to be using butterfly, I've got a couple of things. I didn't know whether to have a go at stamping some of this, but I don't want to get this text on, because what I would like to use from this set of Hazels is this little butterfly stamp with the definition on it. And I think I'm going to do tone on tone. So it's really difficult to know what to do next. I think I want a few more speckles, and I'm going to bring in a block, and I think I want a little bit of mowed lawn, because that looks like a little bit of mowed lawn on the edge there. So I'm just going to do lightly like that, and I'm going to spray, and we're going to see what we get in terms of speckles. So just want a slightly different green. Like so. and a bit over here. I know that some people use acetate to do this effect. I mean, the benefit of doing this rather than turning it over onto your glass mat and picking up colour from your glass mat is that you can see what you are doing and you've got a little bit more control. Now, right, let's just give that a quick dry. Okie dokie. Quite liking how these colours are playing together. I just love the chalkiness of oxides. What's your favourite oxide colour, if you have one? Mine used to be picked raspberry. I liked picked raspberry and twisted citron, but yeah, I really like this now. I do have my stamp platform here. But I don't know whether I want to use it for actual stamping. I am going to use it for something. Let's get this big beast of a stamp out. This is an A5 stamp. And I think I just want to ink up this little bit. And then we could have the butterfly at an angle. Yeah, I think that is what we're going to do. But I think I'm going to build up lots of texture. And I haven't got a blending brush. Just bear with a minute. Talk amongst yourselves on the back row. Right. I've just got a couple of brushes here. I've got a yellowy one and I've got this green one. I don't know how much ink is on here. Oh, you see, I like that little bit there. Like so. And I'm going to do a little bit down here, like so, just to add a little bit of a layer. But we're going to do something else with this stencil as well. So can you see that down there? Because I've got lots of speckles, it's not showing up brilliantly, but that's quite subtle there. Now I think I want to come in with the text now. Oh no, before I do the text, come on Ashley, get with the programme. Get with the programme. That's that. I will need you again, so I'm going to pop you there. I'm going to ink up some of this with the splatters, and I think I am going to do it in peeled paint. So it's kind of tone on tone. This is a great stamp, lots of texture on it. And I'm just using it on the carrier sheet. And I'm going to have it there, like so. Just press that down. I love all the little ink splotches and the grid. And I've got a little bit of a ring there. Okay. And we've just got, just to say, a little hint of that there in the background, because I don't want it kind of like in your face. Now if I was a good girl, I would clean this. If I've got any scrap card, I can just stamp that on. Let me see. Let's just stamp it on here. Just go like that. And that's given that a rudimentary clean. And that can be just a background for something. That is the other thing that I love about oxides, is their ability to layer up tone on tone. I really like it. So that was peeled paint. Now, I wish I'd got shabby shutters. I don't think I've got shabby shutters, but I think I'm going to do this little stamp in old paper. And I'm loving how I've got almost like a little bit of blue going on here, where those greens have oxidised. Pop you on a block. It would help if you were straight, wouldn't it? Okay, let's have a little look. So, I've got some white space here, so I'm going to put that there like that. Oh, yes, very delicate. And then I think I'm going to have you there, like so. And it's just got a little bit lost there. There we go. It is quite a grungy background, isn't it? So all that remains to be done on this background now is a little bit of inking around the edge. This looks kind of greeny browny. Let's okay, let's have a look at you. Okay, let's go with a bit of rustic wilderness around the edge. So this is still a little bit damp where I've sprayed that water. What's everybody up to today? It's a funny old day weather-wise, isn't it? There we go, that's that. Should we come in with a bit of a darker butterfly? No, 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 no. No, we won't. Right, let's put you back on your carrier sheet. And then there is another little process that I want to do, and we're going to have to wait for it to dry. And I will come back. So I'm bringing in this stencil again. And again, I wanted to show you, use things that you've got. I wanted to use this opaque texture paste, but it is, although the lid was on quite tightly, it is completely dried up. I don't know whether I can reconstitute that with something, maybe, I don't know, but I'm not even going to attempt it. I might do a bit of research, maybe a bit of glycerin or something might do. So instead of that, I am going to have to use my translucent crackle paste. And this is a bit runnier. Now, I don't want to go in lots of places with this because obviously I've got my main butterfly to put on, but this looks quite a nice area here. So you can see that there, like so. While we're just waiting for that texture paste to dry, I'm going to work on my butterfly. So you can see that this is where I did the first one. So I'm using my stamp platform and I've got some sticky grid on it by Sizzix. It doesn't matter if I don't get all of that butterfly on. It's just to help with positioning. So I'm just going to stamp straight onto my sticky grid. Like so. You can see I've got a rough outline there. And then I'm going to bring in my waste from the piece that I've die cut and just arrange it so that I've got equidistance all the way around. And then I've got some watercolour card here that has got one of my little inky backgrounds on. This is probably mustard seed and carved pumpkin, and that's going to sit in the waste here, and because I've got the sticky grid down, it will stay stuck. So we are now going to ink up in the black. There we go. And if I don't get a complete stamp, doesn't really matter because I've used the stamp platform. I can re-ink. Need to maybe consider getting one of those pucks that people have. You know, they go like that. I'm knocking you, I am sorry. Let's have a little look. I'm happy with that actually. Or maybe a bit more in the centre. Maybe a little bit more in the centre. It is quite a big stamp. Let's just get rid of that little bit of black ink there. And we'll go stumpy, stumpy, stumpy. There we go. And that little bit of yellow and orange against the green should look quite nice. And I'll put this back in the packet where the butterfly die is, so I can use it again. I might do a bit of pithering with this. I might use a bit of stickles or something. Yeah, that's an idea. I might use a little bit of stickles. Yeah, but I will do that off camera. So again, I will be back when my texture paste is dry. It is the next morning now, and this is all nice and dry. The texture paste, you cannot really see it on here. There's a bit here. And you can't really see the crackle. Well, you can if you look really, really carefully. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a distress crayon. And I'm going to use my finger to kind of, what colour is this? Bubbling Cauldron. I'm just going to use my finger to kind of pick up where that texture paste is. And I'm going to rub it in. And hopefully that will accentuate the texture a little bit more. The other thing that I could have done was, what do you call it? I'm going to add a bit of water as well. I could have gone through the stencil with the ink and then applied the texture paste on top, and I would have got a better effect, I think. Yeah, still not brilliant. Still not brilliant. And I've got a great big green splodge now. So I don't think I want to do much more of that, because I don't want a green splodge. I suppose I could let it run a bit more. You live and you learn, don't you? I think if I'd used a bigger, a stencil with a bigger pattern, I would have had a better effect. And I see that's a bit better. Can you see it's sitting in those cracks now? That's better. And just lift some of that colour off. And because I've got oxide underneath, it's taken some of that colour away. But I don't mind so much. Now, the other thing that I am going to do, because I don't want to piddle around with this for ages, and I have been on for ages, don't forget your distress crayons. In fact, actually, while I'm here, these ones are really old, and I'm going to see if there's still anything in this one. This is peeled paint. So I'm going to do, yes, can you see it's quite dry at the end. I'm just going to do a little bit down here. And it is going on. I'm going to spray a little bit of water, just a little bit, and then I'm going to rub. Oh yes, there is still colour activating in there. Let's bring in this. And you can see that the colour has gone in those cracks a little bit. But I think that is all I want to do, because I want it to be quite subtle. But I'm glad that these do work, because these must be about 10 years old. It does encourage me actually to get the other ones. I might have a really good play with these. Might do a video on it. I'm going to just, sorry for the heat tool, I'm just going to dry this off a little bit. Actually, that texture is coming together quite nicely there now. The little cracks. I do love a bit of texture paste, don't you? Now, the one thing that I do want to do with my butterfly is use a little bit of frontage, just to add a little bit of something to the butterfly. And with frontage, you heat from underneath. So I'm just going to sprinkle on just a little bit, and I've got some tweezers here. Put lid on that, And they're going to heat from underneath. I just want the barest little bit. Sorry, I can't get it all in shot. Got just a little tiny bit there. I'm going to heat from this side. Let's put a bit more on actually. The cat is not impressed with the weather today at all. I think that's got it. Yeah. And then all that remains is for me to glue my flutterby into place and pop this on the next page in my journal. So I'm going to just use a little bit of this glue down just the body. I'll have it like so. And there is my piece. I will glue it in my sketchbook off camera. I might have another little pither. If I do, I'll come back. So here it is, stuck into the album. It was very crinkled. I had to run it through my die cutting machine. The pressure of the plates will help flatten it a bit. I couldn't resist putting on a little bit more frontage, which is why it was all buckled. And then, you know me, I have to put a Timmy Holtz clipping. So vivid and flamboyant, because a lot of butterflies are. I have to say, on closer inspection, I am liking how this crackled texture paste has taken colour, but I do need to, if I want to use the texture paste with distress crayons, I think use something that's got a bigger pattern in it. Sorry it's been quite a long video, but I hope you've enjoyed the process, and I will no doubt be back very soon. Do take care. If you found any value in this content, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed and gave a thumbs up and left me a comment. Take care, everybody. Bye now.